So why are you getting a Vespa?
I always wanted one.
What do you mean you always wanted one?
I know I used to have a Ducati, but
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coosa Christian Football Show. Jerry is down the hall unlocking the door for interim head coach Rush Probst. He's supposed to be here. He'll be here in just a minute, I guess. Why do you want a Vespa?
I've always wanted one.
Huh?
I've always wanted one.
He's always wanted one, ladies and gentlemen. Always wanted one. But what does always wanted one mean, though?
It means
But did you ever have one of the mopeds? Remember the mopeds that had the pedals on it, and you had to pedal it to get it going before it would start?
never wanted one of those.
You've seen them though.
Yeah.
You have seen them.
Yeah.
Why don't you come sit down for a minute and join me for a second? We're live
Why are we live?
because this is 1 o'clock and it's the Coosa Christian Football Show, and it's 4 minutes after 1 o'clock.
I got 20 cents on it.
Well, I'm eating
That's a ride.
pretzel. Dude, you want to come say hey to people? At least say hey. Want to talk to our sponsors, River Rocks Landing Resort and Venue, Mayor Joe Taylor.
Man, there's something I do want to talk about.
Let's get it.
If we may.
Let's get it.
If we may.
Please.
It concerns one of our sponsors.
Okay.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Put your mic up.
I'm trying to find what I'm talking about. Are we live?
Bro, we on.
Are we
I
broadcasting?
told you I'm not bull crapping no more. I'm tired of it.
Man, when does that start?
No, that's true.
Man, where is this?
I'm watching the delay, and me by myself is hilarious. I'm just eating pretzel,
What type?
kapow pretzel.
Dude, no, I got some good information. Where's
Thank you.
the
Hey,
deal, man?
look at
Here
this
it is.
hat that you stole from Coach Crane that
No, you gave it to me.
Jackson designed.
You gave it to me. Yeah.
That's a good looking. That's a good
All right,
hat.
so River Rocks Landing.
Yeah.
I was speaking with Wes Long last night. He made me aware.
That's his name. Sorry, I keep calling him Mr. Long. It's Wes.
Wes
Long. Okay.
Long.
Yeah.
So he reminded me that they're actually raising, doing a toy drive. So now,
He's copying you.
what?
Thanks, Mr. Long.
Write a check. So for like, if you want to go see the rocks, the lights at River frickin' Rocks Landing. Son of a crap. Too many Celsius today. If you want to see the lights at River Rocks Landing, instead of paying to get in, you can take a new unwrapped toy.
Really?
Absolutely right, and go enjoy your holidays.
That's legit.
They're also going to be renting.
Okay.
I think for $10, you can rent a little convertible car and drive around in there.
No.
Yes, this guy's different, man.
What kind of convertible?
I forget. He told me, but I wasn't paying attention because I was watching something as I was talking to him. But here's what I'll tell you: it's that time of when you think
It was
Christmas.
Notre Dame. It was
When you yesterday.
sure. I don't know. Basketball, soccer.
When you
lacrosse.
think of Christmas lights, before I even think Knockluda Falls, to be honest with you,
Dub Hathcock, Peyton Rich.
I think River Rocks Landing.
Oh yeah.
That's
Come on,
my
man.
first thought. That's my
Sure.
first thought. So it's that
We
time of
always
year
go
again. Hey, when the lights sparkle a little brighter, and you get that air feels just like a little bit of holiday. You know, it's just
Look
you
crisp,
get
innit?
that cheer, right? Cheers.
See how I'm doing this? I'm a little embarrassed what you said. So
You enjoy that pretzel ride. And you just have it's one of Alabama's most enchanting holiday traditions. For
Sure.
years now, I get Micah and Gracie. We go to Starbucks
Right.
since they've had one, or we go to Dunkin' since it's been here.
Yep.
We get hot chocolate, and we go to River Rocks Landing. We turn down the windows no matter how cold it is. We turn the heat on if we need to.
That's right.
And we go slow.
Turn that radio
and
up.
you listen to the Christmas
Yeah.
and Christmas music, and you watch the lights. You go slow. It's just awesome. It's a tradition.
It really is.
And River Rocks Landing is incredible. Go this week. Just an unwrapped new gift, new toy, and you get in for free. It's incredible. Hey, but before you leave, stop and eat at Picnic.
Oh man.
Incredible food, incredible place to hang out.
So tomorrow night,
Yes,
our dude.
I'm unavailable.
You and I won't be there. We'll be out of state. We won't be here.
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah,
out
yeah,
of state.
yeah.
But tomorrow night, my wife and her colleagues are going. Her friends
Mhm.
are going to Picnic.
Yeah.
They have karaoke.
Yes.
Mr. Davis is the karaoke DJ. You remember the guy
I
that
do.
we've hired
Yeah,
4
yeah.
times? My birthday party.
Yeah, mhm.
That he turned it up.
He got to start the Platinum Club, I heard.
Right, right. That's where he was. That's when he closed. He knew he was looking for a job. Anyway, they're doing karaoke tomorrow night, so that's where they're going to be. And so I'm going to need what's his name? Mr. Wes Long. I'm going to need all the video evidence that I can get. My wife is going to embarrass me, but
awesome.
she can sing. So I'm going to need those video footages.
See, it's pretty cool because
You're welcome, because when I say Ellie's going to be there, it's going to be a crowd.
she can sing.
They'll show up.
And you never know who you're going to meet along the way there. Special appearances, Mr. and Miss Claus.
Oh, hey.
The Gingerbread Man. Baker Elves.
The gingerbread man?
The Gingerbread Man.
Jerry.
I'm saying.
If the
You
gingerbread
never
man's
know.
gonna be there.
Hey, then again, don't forget, stop by Picnic, special holiday treats, warm drinks.
We won't have those.
And
We'll
it's the warm drinks.
We'll be in Georgia.
That make your night just a little extra merry. Because sometimes, like one of my favorite Christmas movies, it's
What?
Not a Wonderful Life. I won't go that one, but I will go Miracle on 34th Street, black and white edition.
Oh.
When the imitation Santa Claus is getting ready to.
That's funny. I see what you did there.
Man's got to
You're
do
a Miracle 30.
something.
You're a purist. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
man's got to do something to keep warm.
Man, gotta do something.
I just needed a little.
Were you the antler? You Sears Clark?
Yeah.
Are you one of those?
I am. But also, I go back to my favorite Andy Griffith episode. There's only one Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Only one.
One, right.
And, when he arrested him for moonshine, the store owner brought him in.
Yeah.
He said, I wasn't looking to sell it. I was just looking to marry up Christmas. You can get that at Picnic, River Rocks Landing. Go tell them we said hello. It's November 21st through January the 4th. Gates
Christmas.
open at 5 o'clock.
That's good.
It is incredible. Tickets are $8 for adults. Kids 12 and under are $5. It's well worth it. The cozy
But if you
winter,
bring the toy,
it's free.
it's free.
Yeah, this weekend.
Wow, that's a legit,
Yeah.
man. That's a great
Grab
deal.
some extra cocoa, roll it out in the windows, and just let the lights dance through your heart.
Good job, Miss Malone. And
It's
River
incredible.
Rocks Lane.
Heck yeah, man.
It's awesome.
So, yeah,
Awesome.
got that going.
I can't wait. I really am going to go eat at Picnic. Ellen and I have decided to put that on the date night rotation.
But you have-
because you and Kelly.
But you have had food from there.
Oh yes, I have. You brought it to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's so stinking good. Can't wait.
And this is the Coosa Christian High School show.
Well, we're just trying to. We're literally pontificating.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Because
And
we
we
have
can-
sponsors that we are responsible to. We're not
Right.
responsible to the school or the football team. We're responsible to our sponsors, and we love you and appreciate you. Let's just run those down real quick.
Please.
A+ Mechanical Services.
He's a dude,
You just
by the
talked
way.
about
Love that
one of our
dude.
sponsors, Picnic River Rock Landing,
Yep.
the Gadsden Mall. Hey, we need you to holler at us. Shelnut and Varner, attorneys at law. The Arthur Ellen Agency, Alpha Insurance, East Gadsden Sporting Goods. Man, what a heck of a job they do.
I didn't get in there. I
Joe
haven't been
Taylor.
there lately.
Oh, we need to do that. Mayor Joe Taylor, Rainbow City. Thank you for all you do, Mayor. And everything else that we got going on. So just all those. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. I think we got everybody.
I was sending messages and people laughing at me via text.
I'm sure that's the case.
Which is so good.
So, but to all of our sponsors, we want to thank you guys for everything that you do. By the way, we were running by East Gadsden Sporting. Here's Coach. We were running by East Gadsden Sporting Goods the other day. He just comes in, just in the camera shot, Red Bull, phone on his hip,
Those are on the
diarrhea, he's in
table.
the bathroom. And Will says, Dad, did East Gadsden get a new logo?
Oh, yeah.
It was on the side,
Looks
so you
good,
can
doesn't
see it from the road. So whoever does that marketing there, is that Jack? Did you see it just
I'm not even looking.
whoever does that logo and stuff on the side, they did a great job. So I remember when I was a kid, one of my last memories of going to East Gadsden Sporting Goods when it was in East Gadsden
Oh, old school.
by the Boys Club.
Isn't that still considered East Gadsden where it's at now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But it was by the Boys Club.
I remember where, yeah.
And I went in, and I can't tell you who it was. I'll tell you off the air.
Yeah.
But the police had this dude hemmed up outside. he was in my class, in my grade, but he was 2.5, maybe 3 years older than me. He's the only guy, if you're from Litchfield or Corey, he's the only guy that ever drove to
middle school?
8th grade middle school. They had him hemmed up, and this brother had all kinds of stuff they were pulling out of his person. But that's one of the greatest memories I've ever had. And I walked in, and Chuck Metters goes, "This is what he said. This quote. He goes, 'What are you going to do?'" What are you going to do?
He may have said that, but Miss Matters?
Miss Meadows prosecuted.
Yeah,
Miss
Matters
Meadows
ain't no joke.
prosecuted.
Coming in, Coach.
Coach Probst is in the house.
We're live, Coach.
He's got
We're
the
live.
baby blue
We're live.
visor on today. Look, we're matching. Look at
You're
this.
looking very
Look at this.
Lane Kiffin today, Coach.
Nah, he's better than Lane Kiffin.
Lane's Lane. I'm Rush.
Lane on Rush. Oh my gosh, we've been live for about 13 minutes, Coach. But welcome in, and
Everyone's so happy you're here.
they're fired up. Yeah, pontification,
We're just talking
bloviation.
trash, doing what we do.
Yeah, good. Glad to be here, guys.
49-16, Coach Probst. Lexington Golden Bears. They came in. Good team, right?
Yeah.
Good coach. You
Well
you know
coached.
him well. Yeah.
Well, Coach.
Talk a little bit about Lexington real quick, the Golden Bears, and what they brought to the table, and what you saw in that team.
Well, the coach got there in May. It's
Mhm.
Brent Mask, Steve Mask's son.
Yeah.
Steve's a Hall of Fame coach in this state.
No doubt.
Won two state titles up at Colbert County, won one down in St. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Coach Theodore, I think he's in his final year.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think he retired. I think he's going to retire.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking out of turn. That's
Sure,
what
sure,
Brent told me. But so Brent comes from good stock. You got there in May and started changing the culture. And the one thing I think he told me that he did every day, starting in the spring ball through the fall camp, was they tackled every day. Something, and it's hard to imagine that teams that don't work on tackling, but they are evidently.
That's true.
And then they wonder why they don't win.
Oh,
Or
that's
they,
true. That's
they
true.
wonder, I don't know. So, I think at the end of the day, the kids came in, they played extremely hard. They just didn't have the talent level that we had. And,
Sure.
But they were class act kids, class act coaching staff, and and it was a good second round matchup for us. And they played us very tough. First quarter's over and they up 3-0. And we're backed up at the 5-yard line. So. But then things changed pretty quick with Joseph's run. It energized us, and then the rest is history.
Park there though for a minute, just real quick. Was that a turning point
Oh, yeah.
for you guys at that point?
Turning.
Talk about what set that up, and then the play itself.
Well, what set it up is we didn't block anybody at the point of attack. And, starting with Radley May on the left side, he was letting the guy beat him across the face. We got hit in the backfield by two people, him and DL on that side, and it can't happen. That just cannot happen, but it did. And Joseph didn't go down and broke another tackle and broke another one and broke another one and did it all on his own. And then he turned on the afterburners and went down the sideline. And I think that energized our football team. And, at the same time, Radley had one of the best games he had all year on defense. I think he had 11 tackles and played really, really well on that side. But that's the perils of being a two-way player. You can play really good on one side. The other side, he did not play very good. So, the big harp this week's been you got to be consistent on both sides. He's not the only one. I mean, there's about 8 kids or 9 that have to put in yeoman's work every week because, you can't take a break, or it's hard to take a break. And so that wears on you, man. It cost us ball game early in the year with Pell City when I felt like we were better. But, when you're trying to play with that few players, I'm not going to say it's dangerous, but it's not the most healthiest thing you ever done in your life. But anyway, I think the momentum of that play changed the outlook of the game. And obviously, we the next few minutes, we scored a record of, I've done that one other time in my career. We scored that many in the first quarter one year at Hoover.
About 42 in the second quarter?
Yeah, we had 42 in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've only done it one other time in my career.
Wow.
And
only once?
One time. 42 and a quarter.
Jerry peed himself during that call.
That's hard to do.
Pretty exciting.
You can't do that offensively. It's got to be a special team return and a pick return. Because you're not going to get it 6 possessions in one quarter.
Sure.
Even if you fumbled every time on first down. So there's got to be some unique things to happen. But
the pick 6 by Colin was right after that was special.
Right, it was. And that just opened the gate.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing you worry about, though, guys, is that somewhere, somehow, in the next week, 2, 3, what if a team don't do that? What if a team don't turn it over? What if they don't throw a pick six? What if they don't kick it to Colin? What if? And so you're in for a dogfight. I think people get so construed with the score, thinking, man, we're just that much better when we're not. Similar to what we got this week. We're not 58, whatever, 21 better than TA. We're just not. I mean, they should have scored. I've had professional people look at our tape that watched the TA game the first time, and they all tell me, college head coaches, college coordinator, high school coaches that know what they're doing, that have said they should have scored 42 points against us in the first game. Interception that Malone Grayson had was a drop ball. They just blew the call. They dropped 2 touchdown passes wide open in their hands. So, when you throw those replays in there, that's 42 right there. It's not even counting. And they snapped it nearly 80 times.
It was quick.
You're not going to live in the playoffs long if you're giving up 80 snaps in a game of defense and expecting Colin to bail you out every week. Eventually, that's going to be like a rattlesnake under a log. It's going to bite you, man. And so that's the thing that we're harping on. But we had a good practice Sunday in pads, Monday in pads, yesterday in pads. So we had 3 good days of work. They're tired. And that's why people have asked me, why don't we move the game? Well, it's too late now. We're going to move the game, because we're tired.
Yeah.
So today is going to be a back down day, and there's not enough recovery time to be ready on Thursday night. You're going to need 48 hours after today's practice, because today's practice had your short for about an hour and 15 minutes, not long. Refresh it, ice baths, nutrition, all the things that we do, But it's going to take 48 hours to get our legs back, get our body back, and be ready to play on Friday night.
Sure.
And they're calling for rain Friday night, right?
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Oh yeah. But I've been in some nasty playoff games before. Semifinals in 13 in Atlanta was 2020 in Augusta, Georgia. I don't remember in Alabama, probably one of the worst games I've ever been in was Decatur first round back in 2000. It was spitting ice, sleety ice, about 29 degrees, early November.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, it was bad up there that night. But I don't remember a heavy, drowning rainfall. Take it back. Yes, I do. Shades Valley at Shades Valley. We didn't even go out for warm-ups.
He just had to think about it.
His database.
Shades Valley, and it was miserable. We didn't even warm up. We warmed up in the gym.
Crazy.
Then went outside and played the game. So, I've been in them. I'm down. They start to come clear. Justin Lear was bad. So I've been in some.
It's like James Spence thinking about storms way back in the day, right?
But again, you don't want to get in a situation that you just because you got to finish the game.
Sure.
So if we're there and I don't think you can play past 12:30, so you'd have to come back in Saturday and play it. That's the negative of it. But you got to play.
Is there a lot of coaches that do pads on Sundays? Or is that just we did?
Yeah,
we did because we're 106 years old. But
the softness of society nowadays, not as many people do it, but
right.
But good coaches do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's some good coaches out there do it.
I agree with that.
Not everybody does it, but there's some.
Well, you play in pads.
Most people come in and watch tape and lift and run and and all that kind of stuff, but.
And that's important.
Yeah, it's important. You got to get it done. Yeah. And some people don't. Some people don't come in on Sundays, and they've had success doing it. So I again, I only know how to do it one way, and that's the way I've always done it. Every school I've been. So,
well, you say that, Rush, but you adapt. If you find a better way, you've done over the years. You're not like, hey, this is the way I've always done. I'm not changing.
No,
right. If something's better and you discover it's better, you'll change.
Always looking for a better way to do something.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing about me, I've always thought outside the box, and you can't put yourself in a box and never get outside the box. And I think we've always done that where I've been, because each place is different. Mm-hmm. Each administration is different. Each community is different. Each makeup's different.
Yeah.
And so, yes, you have your way of doing things, but then again, you have to adapt to certain things, So, like, I don't make my coaches come in on Sunday morning. So a lot of staffs do.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come in Sunday morning 7:30 to work, especially this time of year because you've got 13 game takes to watch. And so now we did this past Sunday, but then I left, went to church, came back. So
it's a short walk.
Short walk. And it was a good message. I think Jason did a great job.
He didn't preach? Oh, he did preach.
He did a good job, too. So it was a good message to listen to. And
good.
So inspiring, actually. So I think that it was good for me to hear it, and my wife. And so there's ways you have to do things.
Don't bring your wife in this, Coach. I'm on her side.
She was fine.
She's good. Well, she wanted to make me go.
Okay. The truth comes out.
I was up there.
That's what it is.
I was going through the script for the day. And
Sure.
all this film. She said, Rush, it's 10:30.
It's
It's
church
10:30.
time.
It's 10:25. 10:25.
Oh, you didn't go to Sunday school? There it is.
No. Just church.
So on this the sheet for the day, the schedule sheet,
yeah.
Sunday.
It's bolded
Get
and highlighted.
Get Rush to
That's
church.
awesome.
Get Rush to church.
Heck yeah.
So
Hey,
that's going to
great.
be my routine. Hoping for a few more weeks.
So
That's right.
talking about this game, again, very good team. The score doesn't indicate how good that team was.
Right.
And there was some. Let's face it, it wasn't a well officiated game.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not saying for Wicks. It just in general, it was not what you would get in the playoffs. I think the playoff officiating will be much better.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no secrets between these two teams. You played once. You've seen what they do. We didn't necessarily do everything that we do in that first game.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some of that going on. But this is twice. You don't think TA wants to come in here and beat Coosa? Lost last year.
That's right.
Lost this year.
Mm-hmm.
They made it to the state championship last year. The team plays with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
They got some dudes.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not ready for them, the score from the first game is not going to matter a whole lot.
Well, the quarterback makes everything go. I mean, let's look at the NFL every Sunday. Whose quarterback plays the best is usually who wins.
Right.
That's right.
And in college football the same way, and in high school football the same way. So this quarterback play is so important. I mean, yes, a running back can dictate a game, like Colin and Joseph. We have a 1-2 punch. But, I think at the end of the day, we have to be very, very good at when he scrambles, we got to get him on the ground. We got to stay with our coverage and not peek into the backfield and all of a sudden start looking that he's scrambling and the receiver runs by us. And I think that's mistake number one. Mistake number two is that they're going to complete passes. They're going to throw it 50 times. And you got to minimize what you're allowing them to do. I mean, we're not going to stop them. You're just going to control them. And hopefully with that, I mean, this kid's that good. I mean, he's a really good player. He's a junior quarterback. He is special. And so I think that for us, we have to have a couple of plans. And I think you can't, I don't want to use that word on air, but you can't just show everything early.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. You can't shoot, you know what.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can't use all your bullets is what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
We got that, Coach.
So I think we've got to be able to be smart there. And Teddy and I have had long talks, and he understands it and knows what we have to do from a defensive standpoint. He's come up with another brilliant plan. I think that he's, it amazes me when I watch him work on the board, and he's so meticulous. He's so good with film and analyze. The key to football is being able to take tape, film, and break it down the right way. There's people watch film.
Sure.
But then how do you break it down? And how efficient are you breaking it down?
Sure.
And then the second part of that matter is then you film practice. We're doing that for the first time here at this extent of how we're doing it. And then, because you were there yesterday with 2 drones going, and we're getting every angle we can, and then we come in and we eat dinner, and then we break that practice tape down. And to me, that's why it's late hours, because you have to do that. And then by the time that's over with, it's 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then you got to put the plan together.
What do you say to people that are my age and Jerry's age? He's a couple years younger. I'm closer to your age. Me and you, you got better hair than I do. But anyway, that's why I wear a lot better. Coach, that's disrespectful.
A lot better.
My wife would say different.
Yeah, I don't even have to
I got a young wife. We both got young wives. Don't worry about it.
Look at that lettuce, man.
He got some lettuce.
lettuce.
He got some good looking lettuce.
Yeah.
Steph takes care of his hair. Anyway, so what would you say to people that played for Coach Glover and Wyman Townsend that they didn't have the film. We had film, but not like you
Not
guys
practice
have.
tape, not practice
But
tape.
you kind of you've crossed both of those, right? I mean, you didn't have film, now have film.
Well, I started filming in '92.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Shane Jones was a kid that could not play his senior year at Asheville, and I told Shane, I said, "Won't you help me film?" So I don't even remember what we filmed it on. But we built a tower. The Sea Rights built me a tower in Asheville. It's been there forever.
Yeah.
So we built it out of J&R lumber.
Oh, wow.
They built a long, about a 20-foot tower.
Yeah.
And Shane would crawl up in that tower every day on a 60-yard practice field that we'd built. Nice practice field, just wasn't very long. And he would film practice. He would film our groups and then our team.
Yeah.
And then we would watch it as coaches after practice. And now I was there for 6 years. We didn't film till my last year. And John Gross was with me at the time. It was our last year at Asheville. We had a great year, nearly won a state title. And so from that moment on, I got to Eufaula. I got the Alabama Power people to build me 2 towers at Eufaula. I went to Mobile. They built towers. We went to Hoover.
That was Greg Burgess that did that.
And then by that time, we get into the drone era. And so you ain't got to build towers. You got drones. So, no, we've always filmed practice and been very good at it. And I want to thank our people, Scott Brooks and Skylar, that, it takes 2 people to run them drones and do it right. And then they got to cut the film. And, they got to give them wide angle, tight angles where they put them together. And that takes a little bit of time. It's consuming. And then, but heck, I feed them dinner. So that means that's a good dinner.
Sure.
And so we had, believe it or not, we had breakfast food last night. And the kids just scarfed it up.
Sure.
Biscuits, gravy, eggs, pancakes, waffles, everything.
Is that gluten free?
Yeah, probably. Knowing my wife, it probably was.
I got a gluten
Not
free.
Jerry's wife.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, it's good food. And the kids loved it. And we ice bathed them last night because they're tired. So we'll do that again.
Let's go on this path you're saying. I do want to kind of break in this game just a little bit.
But anyway, going back to TA, they got a good football team.
Yeah.
You've had, and let's stick with Teddy for a second and his staff. I don't want to give Teddy too much credit because
Teddy,
I'm a big Whitmire. You may have met him before.
The DC.
Yeah.
I know him. Heard of him.
Ronnie is a good coach too.
Oh my gosh.
These kids have run through the wall for Ronnie.
Yeah.
And
he's an emotional guy. Yeah.
I don't think Eric gets
Albright.
I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. And
he's a right hand man. He's Teddy's right hand man. No doubt that Albright is Teddy. I mean, if Teddy's there until 2 a.m., Albright's right there with you.
How about that?
Where other people may leave, Brody Bean and Eric Albright is going to be there through thick and thin.
Wow.
And I think that's the defensive staff that you want to go. Because when I walk down that hallway at midnight, and I walk down that hallway to go put some of my stuff in the car and getting ready to leave, I always take a right. Teddy's in that office working, him and Eric and Brody, and they're working on script. They're working on this position. They're working on this situation. It's third and long. It's second long. We're putting this package in, this package. Substitution patterns, everything known to man. So I stop.
Do you stay because they're there?
12 o'clock, I go in there. I take a view right. And my wife looks at me and go, "You really doing it?" Absolutely doing it. So we go in there and we'll sit till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and sit there and watch what he's doing. And I usually say, you know what, I'm going to go home and get a little bit of sleep. Because the problem with me is, guys, is if I go in that room at 12 o'clock, because we're done usually offensively. I don't know if we're done, but I mean, we sort of break off way earlier. People go home and all that stuff.
There is child labor laws, Coach.
Yeah, yeah, it is child labor law. Anyway, that's probably the worst thing that ever happened to this country. Don't get me started on political stuff. Lord mercy. Anyway,
that's good stuff.
So
thank you, Jerry.
But anyway, I think the biggest thing is that I'm very impressed with our defensive staff. Yeah. You feel good about where they are, and he does special teams. So they not only have to do the defense, they also do all the special teams. Yeah. Now I help with that. I mean, I do the punt team, and Teddy does punt return, kickoff return, and then I do the PAT punt. So we both do that together. And like today, we're back on punt and punt return today in practice. And because today is Wednesday, we go 2 days of one, 2 days of two of them, and 2 days of the other two, and then we hit field goal or PAT every day. But I think they do a great job. we do have limited things. There's no question about that.
Sure.
Most small schools do.
Yeah.
But for us right now, going forward, we were able to get our drone fixed.
That's huge.
We bought a new drone.
With good batteries, I hear.
Yep, with good batteries. And then we have a new camera on it. They were filming games with a freaking iPad.
I saw.
I'm talking about in the years past.
Yeah, I know.
And I was talking to one of the players last night. Told me it was one of the Reagan kids.
Yeah.
No,
great kids.
Yeah, great kids, super kids. They said, "Coach, you ain't gonna believe this. Last year they were using me to get up on a thing to film practice with this iPad, old iPad." And I said, "Well, where do you stand?" He said, "I stood in the back of a truck sometimes." And I said, "Lord have mercy." But anyway, so now we have all the things that other schools have.
Yeah.
And so there's no excuse now for not analyzing practice to the utmost. And kids deserve it. Our program deserves it. And I'm very appreciative on the drone.
Sure.
We had a certain person that gave us the money to buy that. Sure. So that was about a $5,000
tax deductible.
That's right. Don't even worry about it.
And very appreciative of that. And I think that but moving forward, TA is a team that gives you spread attack. Mm-hmm. They're 2x2, 3x1. Quarterback's going to run around and find an open receiver. At the end of the day, they're going to run it very little.
Jeff, you read this question for Coach?
Can't.
Why can't you?
Oh, yeah, I can.
But you can't read?
I can read. I went to Coosa.
Oh.
All right. Does he, Coach, speaking of Coach, do you think that we can get to the quarterback this time at TA quicker this time than the last time we rushed him?
It's hard to say. I mean, you obviously don't have a plan for it.
Right.
But you'll have a plan to do that. But again, getting there and getting him down, two different things. That's what I tell people all the time.
Yeah,
you can blitz. You can blitz. Me and Bill Clark was talking. The reason I'm late. I was on the phone with him outside.
Freaking Bill. Always Bill Clark.
And Bill, I was talking to Bill about the blitz, and he said, the thing about blitzing, once you blitz, you definitely got to get to him, and then you got to tackle him. Because a lot of times you can draw up a blitz, and they get there and they miss him.
Yeah.
Or they don't break down.
Arm tackle.
Whatever. And I think those are issues. But yes, we can get to him, but you always run the risk every time you bring more than 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you bring 5, you lose 1 in the secondary. You bring 6, you lose 2 in the secondary. You can bring 3 and have an extra guy in the secondary. So if you bring 4, you're basically in nickel coverage. If you bring 3, you can get into dime coverage. If you rush 5, then you lose your nickel. And so now you're into the deal where you got 4 DBs, 2 linebackers, you're rushing 5. What does that do? Well, that opens up a part of the field that maybe you don't have open if you only rush 4 or 3. So there's that chess game between the coaches of, okay, do I bring 5? Do I bring 6? Because sometimes he reads it right. He brings this guy, and there's an open void space, and he pops it in that void, and here he goes running. Yeah. So you can live by the blitz. I mean, you can win by blitzing, and you can get beat by blitzing.
Yeah, sure. I'm a big offensive proponent of you replace the ball with the blitz.
Sure.
That's what I've always I love that. Hey, just a quick second. I'm a practice stat. I didn't tell you this. When I was first walking up there, I was up front talking to the basketball guys, talking to Coach.
I saw that picture.
They're going to West End to play last night.
Sure. And
I'm walking on the field, and I don't have I got my glasses around my neck, Coach, and I'm looking. I'm like, dude, who is this wide receiver going against our defense? Who is that? So I start walking up there. I do this. It's your son, dude. He's an athlete.
He's dude.
Huh? He was an athlete, and he would talk about how you use him in a coaching situation like that. By hey, run this, do that.
Well, first of all, he knows that type of offense. He knows how to run routes. He's been doing it ever since he's a young boy.
Great hands,
and he's got really good hands. What's a shame for him is that I should have held him back, and I didn't. And there were 2 of my boys I didn't hold back. And that was Brian and him, and the other 2 boys, Thomas and Jacob, I did hold back. And so if Dundee would have been playing this year at Pale City or even Coosa, he would have probably had 50 to 60 catches, 1,000 yards, 8 or 9 touchdown passes, and been stronger, bigger, more physical. And I think he would have played at a higher level, after high school. If he still wants to go play, I think he does a little bit. But then again, like I've told him, either whatever you decide to do, and if you want to coach, you're learning how to coach now.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what he does for me is um, he does the fundamental part of it. Schematically, he does know the schemes, but the thing I want him to do is teach him how to run routes and how to finish routes and how to start routes and how to stem and how to get off press and how to finish things and all that kind of stuff. So that's what he's there for. On Friday nights, he Barry Smith is a receiver coach for me too, and I think both of them together and along with Jackson too, I think put Barry in the box. But Barry every night he's the last one to leave.
Yeah.
And he's with me and he's grinding and being able to see things, and we jot things down. He'll jot things down. And like when I was coming over before I came over here, we were putting the final plan together, and we were just going through our 2 or 3 pages of notes we took off of film last night to make sure we cover that today in film. But John David again, now they all have got their, Jackson sort of does the substitutions. Barry sort of is the schematic guy. John David's more the fundamentalist of getting the fundamentals. That's sort of how that works out.
It's a good room.
It's a good room. Good room.
A couple things here. Coach Whitmire's watching. Hey, shouldn't you be breaking down film? Coach, you ain't got time to be watching Coach Prope's show.
No, he's done. He better be done.
Teddy, you already got the job. Okay.
Quit working so hard.
He said we had 15 hurries last time and only 2 sacks in the TA game. He also said 8 missed tackles on first, third, and 10. Quarterback gained 11 yards. Scott Coley says 0 coverage, kamikaze blitz. Let's go get them.
Yeah. That's why Scott delivers crackers and don't coach.
Bring some chips, Scott. Bring some chips.
Just go sell chips and deliver chips. Don't worry about it.
The Helm says hello.
That's awesome.
Always good to see Andre Helms.
Yeah.
The Turner said thank you. That makes sense. What you broke down. Yep, that's good stuff. Yep.
So again, but it was your son was running routes, making catches.
That's awesome.
And I don't think there's. I've watched film when everyone left in the playoffs, and it's going to be tough to find a better wide receiver than your son.
No, number
honestly.
7. They're probably not. I mean, chances are, as far as knowing what to do.
Yeah.
You may find one with straight line speed better, but you're not going to find one that catches it better.
Yeah.
All right. So Mac Long, 10 of 13.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
10 of 13, 230 yards.
Yeah, 237.
Talk about your quarterback a little bit. Brag on him a little bit, and then to kind of
Not too much though.
not too much, but then what does he need to adjust for this week for TA?
Well, we didn't throw it the last time we played TA with him,
right.
And so
A lot of running.
a lot of running football. So I think that Max needs to have, and based on weather, man, it's going to be based on weather.
Sure.
But we got a good plan for Mac, and to do that tonight after practice, he and I will go into what we call the QB lab, and we will go through every aspect of every scheme and every bit of the tape. We'll watch it together as a group, and then he and I will watch it together, and then we'll go through the game plan, go through all the plays, what to look for, what not to look for, all the little things that there's little bitty things like, okay, you got post dig cross or post dig shallow, and there'll be times on this post for this particular play you need to stay on that read a little bit longer, where the other one you don't stay on the read as long. It's a pre-snap read. So there's little bitty parts in a pass concept that you have to be very, very conscious of, and it takes a lot of time for the quarterback to know all those things. And then, of course, obviously, he has to know how to count numbers as far as, in our run game too, because we're going to try to get out of that deal of running into their numbers.
Yeah.
Like when I've gone over with Vinny, Bear's writing down what they're in, and then Vinny is giving us, okay, they're G front to this way, or they're stacking to here, they're in a 6-man front, they're trying to do that. Because we're trying to get out of bad plays or negative plays.
Yeah.
And so that's what the box and the communication and the comms are about, that maybe, parents or layman people don't understand. You have to understand that them people are in the box for a reason. The communication is important. But they just can't be up there telling you it's 1st and 10, or if whatever. They all have to have a distinct job on what their job is to tell us. And I cannot stand to call things from the hip. Just okay, it pops in my brain. I think I'll call it. You know, I'm not. I don't do that. I mean, now is there times you have to do that? Yes, but
Game script matters,
Right,
but you
right.
should
Yeah.
have an either or.
Yeah.
Even when you're thinking about what you want to call, you know, like our first 15 snaps, we sort of know what we want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's inserts and there's things that could deviate from that, but there's got to be always an either or.
Sure.
Or an either or. You know, there's got to be 2 or 3 things that you might like in that situation. But just to think about it, you know, I think it gets you in trouble because you're always a play behind. Always a play behind.
I like that.
And I see high school coaches all the time. I mean, let me tell you, I've been through 2 states. I mean, I've seen it. And the better guys are the guys who have a tremendous plan. They've thought that plan out, and they also understand that when the plan goes bad, they've got another plan. And when that plan goes bad, they got another plan. And I think that's
because plans do go bad.
Sure. Is that
why? I think, you know, Barry Bryant said that better than anybody. I mean,
that's a fact.
Barry Bryant was the best. He was a master of multiple plans.
Sure.
He was the first one ever talked about.
Is that why Jerry and I watch you? Like, I mean, when he's calling play-by-play, my job as a color guy is to scan and watch and secretly mute my mic and tell him things that I'm seeing or whatever. I watch you here lately, and I've seen that going back watching your films from Colquitt County and Moultrie and different things over at Hoover. There are times that Coach Probst stays with the play as on the sideline, and then there are times where even in a close game where Coach Probst has moved all the way down to the 30 on this side away from the player or down this side to the 30 or 25. Does that speak highly of your coaches when you move away and letting them do the game? What is that?
Well, normally in the first part of the game, I try to put the first 15 plays on a sheet of paper that are multiple, they're diverse, they're not just imano, they're, you know, we're going to try to give you every formation known to man that we like in that game to see how you're going to line up. At the time that those plays are being run, Coach Smith is writing down how they're going to line up, and then he's going to take a picture of that. He's going to shoot that down to my cell phone. It's going to get to somebody that's going to get to me through John David.
Sure.
And then I can formulate a plan if we come back to that formation of what I like after the first 15 are done.
Okay.
Now, if we go through, say, the first 5 plays, and like I said, there's 3rd and long, and when this play calls for a run, then we got to change the play. So, and I like to get away from the coaches because I like to get on a different angle where I can see and study because I sort of know what I've written down. Like those first 15 or 15 that I like personally, that I sit here last night and did, and today and finalized. And then I like to look at it as Larry's going through the calls. And I've given him some leeway, some of that for checks. Like we may be in black or brown check, and I'll give him the opportunity to check to the play that he likes through what we're seeing. Because I'm on the back end of it. He's next to the offensive huddle, so he can't see the box like I can. So I'm 20 or 30 yards behind the box, and I'm looking at it, and I'm talking to him. Boom, and then that way the play, we can get a better play call that way. And there's not a guess. What you try to do is eliminate guessing, eliminate bad plays. That is the key to survival in the playoff. Right. Eliminate bad plays, negative plays, and eliminate guessing, which will eliminate bad plays. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's the challenge.
My favorite thing is when he backs away. And you work on the official for 15 minutes.
That's my best. That's my favorite.
We love that.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
that's stuff we zoom in and we don't show.
Yeah, lots of we look at that we obviously do not show. Yeah. Hey, you have a question. Ask Coach what it was like preparing for Bill Clark and Prattville in 2006 championship game.
Appreciate that question. That was a tough game.
Thank you, Murray Harris.
So that must be he must be a Prattville fan. And so anyway, it was tough. They had a good football team, and we had lost a game to John Curtis, the Joe McKnight kid, guy, and so we had lost to them in the middle of the season. It cost us a national championship, and I'll be honest with you, it was hard to keep our kids focused on winning 5 in a row because they lost what their goal was. Their goal was to be a national champion because they preseason ranked number 1. When they lost the number 1 ranking, that energy level and momentum left us. Now, we still got to the championship game, but crap, we could have lost the week before versus Vestavia. You know, Vestavia, we beat them 41-39 and barely beat them. And I thought we were much better. But you got to give Bill credit. Larry Smith played really well that night, and he had a great quarterback. He went to Vanderbilt, and he made plays, and they beat us in special teams that night and won the game.
Bill Clark's a dude.
No, he's a great coach. There's no doubt. Great
So let's go back to the last game with TA for a second. Mac Long's numbers: 2 of 3 for 31 yards in that game. Against TA the first time down there. Yeah. Joseph East ran the ball 9 times for 70 yards. Colin took him for 300.
Yep.
2 touchdowns called back, I think.
Probably.
One was a 70-yarder, by the way, in that one.
I remember that.
But something people don't really talk about much is Mac Long can run the ball. He was 10 for 49 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. Yeah, he is a more explosive athlete than we've shown.
No, he is very explosive. He can run the football.
I don't like it when he runs.
No, I don't either.
Me neither.
I don't either. You're taking your life in your own hand.
Yeah.
And when that happens, because if he goes down, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And so, you have to be careful with that. So, yes, there's a lot we can do with him, but then again, we got to have him at the trigger man, and because there's not another one. So,
last kid I want to talk about is he's coming on, young kid, but been playing a lot more lately and getting some leverage snaps, right? He's in a good leverage situation. And that's Carson Reed. Mm-hmm. And maybe even more defensively than offensively. But heck, he ripped off a 72-yard run a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's athletic, man.
Defensively, when he gets to the quarterback, like Eric Albright gets to a card table.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's one step and I'm there.
Yeah, he's there, man. He's a good athlete, and he's only gotten better and better and better. The thing with him, he's still young. He still misses. He'll mess an assignment up, or he'll blow a play, or whatever. But athletically, he has twitch and he has speed, and that's a plus. He will help us defensively, and there'll be times he can help us offensively.
Sure.
So we've got to. We're playing him, and I think it's important. Like I made a statement today. When he blitzes, though, he has to tackle. He cannot miss. And a wet field, it may be a little bit more difficult to redirect. That's another thing I'm scared about.
Forward drive, coach. You got a mud tire.
You do have mud tires.
Hey, listen. Ask this question. You want to ask it?
Yeah. Well, there's one YouTube question says,
okay,
the game TA is going to slow the game down with you guys.
No.
Well, that's what they're saying.
I don't think
with the weather.
I don't think so.
With weather, expect them to try to run the clock. Do you think that's an issue? No,
I don't think
not at all.
I don't. Okay. I think if I'm them, I fast pace as fast as I can go.
Tempo.
You do.
Tempo.
So YouTube guy, tempo.
I think
tempo. YouTube.
But now again, if they get a lead,
right?
I could see them slowing it way down to a point to where they run the clock down to shorten the game, because all you're wanting to do is get the ball in the game into the fourth quarter.
That's exactly right.
So, I mean, that could happen. I mean, that could actually happen.
So is it they're saying force Coosa into long drives instead of explosive plays?
No, yeah, absolutely. You want to do that.
Sure.
The more you snap it, the more chance you have to make a mistake.
Right.
But I think we've been very explosive lately. Obviously, y'all know that. I mean, we've been able to LJ, Grayson, and Colin, and
really coming
our
on.
Perimeter. We've been able to score in 1 or 2, 3 plays, long distance scoring, and go right back and play defense. Now, people say, "Well, I mean, don't score so fast." I mean,
well, how do you control that?
You score anytime you can score.
You get it.
Yeah, you got to score anytime you can put it across that goal line. You do it.
Sure.
It's called points, and so
that helps, right?
That helps a little bit. I don't think you get a trophy for time of possession or
the YouTube guy just responded and said, do you try to or when they try to pressure Max Long into that doesn't make any sense. I think what they're trying to say is try to pressure Mac so they can't let him get comfortable in the pocket.
I buy that.
Was that what they're trying to say?
That's any quarterback.
Yeah, I buy that.
I mean, yeah.
So hey, this one says, I won't tell you who it's from, Coach. How many snaps is Mac getting on defense this week?
If you only in an emergency situation, though, it'd be only an emergency role.
Hey, but don't get it twisted. That kid can play any position on the field.
No, he can play safety.
Yeah.
He can play safety, play corner. Probably safety.
Obviously, that was an offensive coach who asked that question.
Seems like it.
But I mean, hopefully we don't have to use him. Hopefully we don't have to use him. But if we do, then we're probably in a little bit of trouble.
Shouldn't they be coaching?
Coach says the tight end is always open. When are we going to throw it to Mickler?
There you go.
Well,
hand it off.
Probably not going to go to K too much. He's
I'm
more
giving it to
valuable to
him
us than in his blocking, his ability to play defense. He's just not. He's not
How
a
about this
tight
though?
end catcher.
When you talk about a good teammate and
Golly.
how versatile this kid is.
No, Cade is a very, very versatile athlete. He
Yeah.
can do anything. I mean, he can play fullback. I've told him 100 times. He's told me he don't want to play on the next level, and I've told him, I said, "Cade, you need to rethink that."
Yeah.
I said, because there's a lot of people who take him as a sniffer, basically old-fashioned fullback. You don't play fullbacks anymore, but
Well, I think San Francisco 49er offense right now, Kyle Juszczyk.
Sure.
That's that player.
yes. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, I wish and maybe he rethinks it, because foot speed wise hurts him as a linebacker a lot. He's probably more of a defensive end. You got to be really fast on that left shoulder to be able to run with people because the game has changed. The game. See, people that grew up in our era, that kind of player can't play in today's era for the most part.
Right.
It's a complete different ball of wax now. So, your linebackers better be able to run and be able to cover. And the old rugged, blood dripping off the chin and nose broke and all that kind of stuff. Mike Backer, the Jack Lamberts, this is way before y'all's time. But the Jack Lamberts of the Steelers, them guys don't play no more.
Sure.
Right.
They don't. I'm sorry.
It's all hybrid type.
Boy, I wish.
It's hybrid athletes. That's exactly right. And the game has completely changed to make it like that. So,
all right. And in closing, Coach, the atmosphere at Coosa keeps getting better better and better.
Crazy.
Congratulations to the people who make that happen. Thank you. Thank you to them.
The crowds have been great.
Yeah.
The money is coming in from we had a great gate last week. I think that our concessions, our parking, our gate, people on this ball on Go fan will get back from the state. Fortunately for us, hopefully, if we can continue to win, I think that we'll have a pretty good, nice check coming from the state, and I think that that's a shot in the arm, financially for our program to pay a lot of bills. Because when I took this thing over, we had a lot of bills, heavy bills, and so I'm talking about way up there.
He ain't talking about Bill Clark.
No,
different Bill.
No, so
hopefully that's a different bill, different cane.
Hopefully we can erase some of that, and that'll be a job, that's well done from getting that. And because when you get out from under that deal, you can go follow fundraising and all that kind of stuff. But,
sure, people are talking about the Christmas tree cakes. They're saying that helps. That is causing touchdowns and defensive stops.
It's not causing it, but we sure do enjoy throwing those things out. My favorite one, Coach.
We saw him looking up. I said, Jerry, hit Coach. His headset's off. This is the end of the game. I said, throw it. He said, no, I'm not going to do it.
I don't disrespect Rush Probst with a Christmas tree cake, but I tell you my
He would
favorite.
have called in his teeth.
I'll tell you my favorite one, Coach, so far this year. Last week, Wes Long sitting there talking to his buddy. Right?
Can you say this on the air?
Okay, I said,
Can you?
Watch this. I said, shoot. It went right off his head. It scooted up and hit a cheerleader. and Wes told me I was number one, Coach. He told me I was number one.
He was number one.
But then we took a big bag of them for the cheerleaders and let them throw it in the crowd. It's a tradition we started a couple of years ago in the playoffs, and people just love with the Christmas tree cake.
Well, hopefully we can continue to make this run. Next week's a very special week for me. I've always felt like that if you're playing football on the week of Thanksgiving, you had a very successful year. The years that I hadn't played on Thanksgiving, I'm very depressed and I don't even like that week. So hopefully we can extend that. No guarantees.
It's going to be a great game. That's a great team.
Do not, as a fan out there, expect that the score has anything to do with what this game is going to be. It's two separate entities. If you go back, look, I posted this on our wall. Don Bosco Prep, for you people that may not know high school football like we do.
Yeah.
Don Bosco Prep is probably ranked in one of the top 5 best high school programs ever. They are phenomenal. They're a nationally ranked program.
Right.
They won in the regular season. They beat a team 48-0. They came back last week and got beat 21-19. How does that happen? Well, it happened to me when I was in high school. It's happened to other people. I just believe sometimes it is hard to turn around because people are just sort of relaxed because they think that scores for some route you're going to be able to bring that score to this game. Right. Well, we're going to start out. We got 58 points. Right. No, it's going to start out 0-0 with 12 minutes on the clock. Period 1. and it all goes forward in that 2.5 hour capsule. So I'm just telling you, I've been in these before, and they're never easy. They're never easy. I've had to play Vestavia twice. I've had to play Mountain Brook twice. I've had to play other teams, Valdosta twice. These things are very difficult to do, and you just really don't want to do it, because the second one is always much tougher on the team that has won.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's where it is, because you have that mindset. It's human nature to go, man, we beat them the last time.
Right.
We'll be fine. And you don't have that stinger out. So you have to get hit in the mouth or bloodied and to get you woke up to understand these guys are for real. So we better bring our A game, guys.
Well, I mean, it's adjustments. I mean, the second game is dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous, and Coosa better be concerned when you got your coach, well coached like TA's coached, and you got the athletes that TA has. So that's
he pulled players.
Yeah.
Right.
So in the second half, he took 2 of his players out that could have probably played.
Right.
Then they go play Bayside the next week, and they didn't play 4 or 5 kids that were beat up in our game.
Lost 50-0.
So so they
and Bayside's a good team.
Yeah, they are. But I have watched them as they have protected kids leading up to this game.
Yeah.
Smart.
And it's smart.
It's
They
very
knew
smart.
they were going to win round 1. Now round 2 was a little more difficult.
It was.
Sure.
But still, they have encapsulated everything to put everything they've got into this game, because that would be the feather in their hat to come in here and beat us.
Well, they lost to us, before, then went on to play for a state championship.
Yes.
Right.
So, it happens. But you brought up John Bosco, so I got to talk about the Trinity League. I talk to Jeff all the time. Most people don't know about the Trinity League. That league of 6 schools, from J. Sarah to Maitre D to Severite to Orange Lutheran to Marguerite,
Don't bring the Lutherans in.
Incredibly tough league out in California, man.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, people don't realize how good that is.
I mean, you see what DeBoer's doing.
Yeah.
He's recruiting. He's hitting that league like it ain't no tomorrow. I think he's going to end up signing 7 to 9 kids from that area out there. It's incredible. I mean, he is very well respected there, and when you go to one of them games, which I have been, the speed is just something we've never seen.
Ball, man.
We've never seen that speed in the state. Yeah. Not in high school. Not in close.
Ridiculous.
So anyway, the long and short of it is, we have to have ourselves ready to play, and if somebody like Bosco can get beat because of their tradition, then we have to atone to that and know, guys, we better be ready to play.
So I said the Christmas tree cakes help the fan environment.
Sure, it does.
The entertainment. Sure, heck yeah. Coach, anything in closing before we get you out of here, get to practice?
One thing that the state has told us on Saturday, fans cannot come onto the field after the game. Right. That is a taboo as far as the High School Athletic Association. They met with all the coaches on Saturday and told us that no fan is allowed to be on the field after the game. It's a good rule. When I was at Piedmont for the 2 years, no parent could ever get on the field after the game. Steve had a rule.
Safety issue,
because what if a parent's mad?
Sure.
And all of a sudden,
I've seen them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they hit a coach. They come in there and hit a coach on the field. It's just not good business. So we're going to lock the gate, or make sure that we're going to get the players off the field after the prayer. After the game, we'll pray with the other team, and then after that, we'll get them off the field, and then fans can intermingle then, and then intermingle once we get them in the locker room. But the best deal for us is, you got to get them into the locker room, and then the parents can see them after they dress and get them out, because there's just nothing good that can come out of that. And can you imagine if we do get beat, and then all of a sudden you got all that turmoil,
chaos,
right there? That's the issue you don't want to deal with.
Dwayne, he said, "Hey, let's just keep him off the field anyway. He don't want him on the grass."
No, I agree.
He's not one that.
So we had to practice on the field this week, and it's just because our practice field is completely gone, no lights on top of that. So we've chewed it up a little bit. So it's going to be, with the rain they're expecting to come, it's going to be pretty tough.
Talk about that real quick. I know we're fixing to go. We're about 60 minutes in. Talk about your guys that making the field the best it can be. Dwayne
does a great job. They just painted it today. The Rainbow City guy that does the computer painting just finished it up before I came over here. It takes a lot to build a grass field, man, and do it right. I think our field has looked outstanding.
It has.
It
last
really
few
has.
weeks, for sure.
So, and that credit goes to Dwayne East and his people, and taking the time to cut it, to fertilize it, to water it. Jason, our Reagan and Spencer Orange and I'm leaving somebody out. Of course Jackson and them get it painted, get the
Sure,
soccer painted in the middle of the field.
I didn't know Jackson knew cursive.
2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. They got through last week 2 a.m.
I know,
2
yeah.
a.m.
People don't realize what goes into coaching.
Oh my! They have no idea. They think it's a whistle. They think you coach, and they have no idea the pre and the post.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so, but anyway, the grass and all the support staff around that.
Murray.
Thank Matthew Mills for what he does, and
Oh, yeah.
well, all the
Oh, Franklin.
keeping our kids healthy and
Sorry.
all those kind of things. So it's good.
Look, man, speaking of Matthew Mills, you had a coach that was hurt. I don't know if you know that. You had a coach that was hurt on the sideline. And you got Matthew. I want to tell you. I'll tell you after the show because I don't want to embarrass the guy. But he was hurt. He was limping. He had a bad foot. He's got some pulled ligaments in his foot.
Really?
Matthew Mills fixing him just so he can coach.
Yeah.
It's a special guy to have Matthew Mills.
No, Matthew's great. I mean, we got other Skylar and Scott, like I said, do the video and the film. They do a wonderful job.
I love Skyler.
And so
Paul's son.
So anyway, we got a lot of
I do
support
like
around
it.
our program, and of course, y'all know what I think about my wife and the work she puts
Sure.
in.
You better say that twice.
And,
hard work,
and then, of
sure.
course, Josh Dodd helps a lot. He does a lot. He goes to Montgomery with me for the meetings.
What's his name?
And so
We know him. He takes care of us.
So he, in this past week, he was able to drive me down, but I was flat gas. So
In the Subaru?
I don't think what we went in. I'm not sure.
Coach, were you in the Subaru?
Russ,
Were you in the Subaru,
I
baby?
don't remember what we
Coach
went
Russ Probst right here on Kapow in a Subaru.
Well, if somebody a Subaru company wants to, get him as a,
Hey, you
he'll
don't
drive a
we'll take
Subaru.
that.
Oh yeah, I'll drive a wagon.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
Murray Harris, read that real quick.
Harris,
Are you on there?
I'll get back on. I'm a professional. I can do this. No,
Can you get it?
absolutely, I can get it. Who do you think you're dealing with, man?
Yeah, I thought it was Josh Dodd, but I don't know.
Well, he's too cool for me. He says, this is Murray Harris. Hey, good luck, Coach Probst and Coosa Friday night. One of the best high school football coaches of all time. Been following him since watching two-a-days.
How about that?
Thank you, man. Appreciate
That's
the
good stuff.
comment, and hopefully we can continue to Birmingham.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm excited.